ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
ओम
ईश्वरो
गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सह वीर्यं करवावहै।
सह वीर्यं करवावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
शान्ति शान्ति।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं। ॐ
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
नासतो विद्यते भावः नाभावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः स्त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः अविनाशी तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति। अन्तवन्त इमे देहाः नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत। We are in second chapter. In second chapter, I have said there are main topics in second chapters are, first one is surrender to Guru, means Guru Praptihi, that we have seen. Second main topic is Jnana Yoga. So right now what we are discussing. Third one is Karma Yoga, that we will see. And last one is Sthita Pragnani Lakshanani, the qualification or traits of Sthita Pragna, that both we will see, but right now we are seeing Jnana Yoga. In Jnana Yoga, we are in talking about self, means Atma. And really speaking, when we see Atma, so sometimes people are afraid by calling name Atma. They don't like Atma, but the meaning of Atma is, we do say the meaning of Atma is self, but I used to say what is always in us. We say I. Without body is also I. Without mind, we are in sleeping. There is something I, that I, without any freely, I used to say, it's called I. And that I is equal to self. Self means our own Swarupa itself. In second chapter, Krishna is discussing what is our real nature, I, in 6 types. This all I have shown is Krishna has been discussing. We have 6 types of our Swarupani, our Lakshanani, and what we have seen. First, we have seen that self, our real Swarupa is Nityaha. The meaning of Nityaha is eternal. And in which shloka we have seen Natvevaham jatu nasam natva neme janadipaha nacheva bhavishyamaha sarve vayam atah param. In that, Ishvara Krishna has explained we are ever eternal. So there is a no thing which, there is a no existence of us, Nityaha, and not bound by time. It's called Nityaha. This is first, our feature is Nityaha. Second thing, what is our real nature is Sat. Satya, which our Nasato Vidyate Bhavaha, but is Sat. The meaning of Sat is ever exist. Our existence, we always ever exist. Nasato Vidyate Bhavaha. In that shloka, Bhagavan has discussed Sat Swarupaha means we always be there. Whether this universe will be there or not, but our existence will be remain. It's called Sat. Our third, our Swarupa means we have seen is Sarvagataha, all pervading. that self is not located in one place. Like this body, it seems the inside consciousness is located in this body. Located is limited, but our real Swarupa is Yena Tatam, Sarvamidam Tatam, is Vyaptam. Fourth, we have seen last weekend, our real Swarupa is Aprameya. And that that self, Atma, cannot be objectified by 5 sense organs. It's called Aprameya. 5 sense, because if you remember in Silence Book, in each and every temple of Pujya Swamiji's, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam, nema vidyuto bhati na kutoya magnihi, tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tameva bhantam, the meaning of that consciousness is always shines, and all 5 sense organs, they are after shine. Because of consciousness, the other shines, it's called Aprameya. That much we have seen. Now, fifth, our real Swarupa is Akarta and Abhokta. Our real Swarupa, we are not doer. Now we are in that. And in Sat Nasato Vidyate Bhavaha, in that we have seen there is a Sat and Asat. 2 things Krishna has discussed. In that Sat, the real Swarup is Sat, is shown here in this 17th verse, what we have seen. That Sat is Avinashi, that Sat is Tatam, means all pervading. That Sat is Avyaya, means our real Swarup is never get indestructible. Tatam means all pervading, and Avyaya, there is no change. There is no any type of declension. Is called Avyaya. Vyaya means change. Avyaya means Vyayaha asya na vidyate. So this is our real Swarupa. So in this 17th verse, Krishna has discussed more about Sat. This is our real Swarupa. In 18th verse, Ishvara, again Krishna has discussed Sat and Asat more. That we have everything seen. Antavanta ime dehaha nityasyokta sharirinaha. So Antavanta ime dehaha comes under Asat. And we have seen the Asat is Mithya. They all are Antavantaha, that Asat. Sharirinaha, one who reside in Sharira. It's called consciousness, Chaitanya. So consciousness, which I am writing here also, Chaitanya, that is always Nitya. That Chaitanya consciousness is Anashinaha Aprameya. So it is not objectified by our 5 sense organ, Anashinaha. Again, it is never subject to destroy. It's called Anashinaha. So being this is our real nature, Tasmat Yudhyasva Bharata. Krishna says to Arjuna, Bharata means, hey Arjuna, Tasmat. The meaning of Tasmat means, please understand the difference between Sat and Asat. Our real nature is Sat, not Asat. The body is Asat, but who reside inside the body is Sat. And it never get destroyed. Even Bhishma, Drona, never they will get destroyed. For that purpose, Yudhyasva, you do your duty. Even doing your duty, you are never have any type of, any tension, because even Bhishma, Drona body will go, but who resides inside the body, he never goes. That's why Yudhyasva Bharata. That's why you do your duty. Here Yudhyasva, it is his job. Still, what is our job? Please you do. That much we have seen. Now, even one thing we have seen, the Prameya, that we all have discussed. I don't like go in deep. Now, fifth, our real Swarupa is, we are right in 19th verse. Ya enam vetti hantaram yaschenam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanitah nayam hanti na hanyate. This verse and even 20th verse of Gita of 2nd chapter, Krishna has taken from Kathopanishad. This verse is also from Kathopanishad, and next Najayate Mriyate is also from Kathopanishad. So this verse is from Kathopanishad, Katha. So indirectly, Krishna would like to prove, I am not talking about something else. I am talking what I have already talked in Upanishad. That's why he has taken 2 to 3 verses from Kathopanishad. So this is from Kathopanishad. So how first we will see the Anvaya. What is the Anvaya of this 19th verse? It is say, Ya enam vetti hantaram. The meaning of Yaha means one person, enam. If you remember in our grammar class, I have talked, one who is under discussion is always taken as a enam. It is a accusative case, or second form of etat, if you remember or not, but this enam. So what is the meaning of enam is this atma, which is under discussion. Yaha enam vetti hantaram. One who thinks, one who knows the atma self is a killer. And same way, yaha enam atmanam hatam manyase. One who thinks this atma is being killed. This is called, now somebody knows, object, subject. So here atma takes as a subject, and here atma has been taken as an object. Sometimes if some person thinks, I do something, I have done this type of action, it's called subject. But something being killed, somebody has done to me something, it's called I am subject to something. So here atma has taken as a subject, and here atma has been taken as an object. Object always does different type of activities. So is a karta. And when we take as a atma object, so being object, atma is a object of many action are done by somebody else, and we are the object of somebody else's action. So here atmana is a object. But Bhagavan says, one who thinks self is a karta, and same way one who thinks self is an object or bhokta, tau ubhau na vijanitah. Both of them, they don't know. Na vijanitah ayam na hanti na hanyate. This self doesn't kill anyone, and this self is not being killed by anyone. It's called being killed. And now before going into this verb, I would like to tell one story about Krishna and Durvasa. There is a very famous story. So in Vrindavan, the gopis, they're all gopis, they got news Durvasa Muni has come. So they thought they should offer some bhiksha to Durvasa. So all gopis have prepared something, some item, food item, and they are planning to go to serve to Durvasa. Then they go to Durvasa, then they come to know Durvasa Muni is sitting another side of Yamuna river. And that Yamuna river is now totally flooded. So they think, how can we cross this Yamuna? So they are thinking they have to go back because they cannot cross this Ganga, and there is no bridge at that time. So at that time Krishna has come. And they asked to all gopis, where are you going? What's something is in your hand? What is that? Then all gopis says, we would like to go to meet Durvasa Muni, but he is sitting other side of bank of Yamuna. How can we cross? Then Krishna says, you tell Yamuna, if Krishna is 100% celibate person, totally brahmachari, then please give me the path. Yamuna, you ask Yamuna. Then Gopi says, how can he brahmachari? But still, he just said to Yamuna, if Krishna is 100% brahmachari, he is 100% celibate, so oh Yamuna Devi, please give me a path. Immediately, there is Yamuna is separate in two parts, and they cross whole Yamuna, and they went another side of bank of Yamuna. Then Durvasa Muni was sitting there. All gopis have offered whatever they have taken. And Durvasa has eaten a lot. Totally, he's, up to the alam pratyaya. Then they says thank you to all gopis. Then again gopis, they say, how can we go back to our village? Because at that time, because of Krishna, we have crossed that Yamuna. Now, how can we go back to Vrindavan? Then Durvasa asked, what Krishna has said to Yamuna. Then they explain, Krishna has said this. Then now Durvasa says, you ask please to Yamuna, if Durvasa has not eaten anything, then oh Yamuna, please give me the path. They say, Gopi says, you have eaten so much, how can we say? But still Durvasa says, you please tell Yamuna, if Durvasa Muni has not eaten anything, so please Yamuna give me the path. And again Gopiya went back in front of Yamuna and they said, oh Yamuna Devi, if Durvasa Muni has not eaten anything, please give me a path. And again Yamuna has given a path. So what is the purpose of this story? Even Durvasa Muni has eaten a lot. If 10 gopis are there, he has taken all bhiksha from all 10. But still he says, I am not eating anything. So I am not a eater. I am not a action of eating. It's called like hanta. Here say bhokta. So I am not eater. Why he is not taking himself? Because Durvasa knows the body is not me. I am not body. I am not mind. Whatever eaten by body, not by this a consciousness who is residing in the body of Durvasa. So, as a Chaitanya, Durvasa is not eaten. That consciousness is not eaten. At that level, Durvasa was talking to the gopis. That's why Yamuna is given mark. At the same way, Krishna also. The meaning of the story is, if we are doing many actions, but if we think the body is doing each and every action, I am not doing. It's called a karta. The karta means a doer. But when we think body is doing everything, not me, because I am not body, the body is given me as an instrument. So a karta means non-doer. Still, I have given one here example. This is my painting or drawing is not good, but still, this is outside. In ancient time, this type of bulb was available. Nowadays, all LEDs. But at that time, bulb has 3 layers. One bulb was like this. It was a transparent glass. So inside transparent glass, it was a filament. It's a tungsten wire was there. And electricity was a third factor to light up whole bulb. So what is the job of electricity? Electricity lighted up this tungsten wire, and because of this tungsten wire, whole bulb seems light up. If sometime bulb destroy, but if we say bulb is destroyed, but electricity is destroyed or not? No. Can we say electricity also destroyed along with bulb has broken? Now electricity is also broken. Can we say? We can't say, because we say the job of electricity is only to light up this lamp, but it is never attached totally with bulb. Same way, we have also 3 layers. I don't know how to, but if suppose these are we, these 2 legs, 2 hands, something, and here is this is gross body. Inside we say subtle body. This is gross sthul sharira. There is another factor like electricity, and third factor is called consciousness. This is we, our real Swarupa. Then what is the job of consciousness? It lights up this Sukshma Sharira first, and this Sukshma Sharira, because of Sukshma Sharira, this whole body is lighted. But same way, if we say the bulb, the job of bulb is to light up the room. Same way, the job of electricity is what? Consciousness is what? To enliven whole Sukshma and Sthul Sharira. But whatever activity is done by this Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira, there is no connection of consciousness. Many actions are continuously doing by Sthula Sharira. There are many actions are also doing by our mind. But what is the job of consciousness? It is not doing anything. Only thing is, because of in the presence of consciousness, they are doing all actions. A person who knows this is only body is given to me, this mind is given to me, I am only consciousness or Chaitanya Tattva, then any action cannot affect to that person. It's called akarta. So when he says, enam atmanam yaha vetti, the main sentence, one who knows what he knows, enam atmanam hantaram, one who thinks, one who knows this atma is a action of killing. Here, hantaram, the meaning is a action of killing. This is Bhagavan has taken one action, but we are not doing only one action. We are keep on doing many actions. So if a person who thinks we are doing a different type of activity, and I am a person of all activity, that person is called karta. At the same time, we are doing different activities and we are on up all activities. I am doing all, it's called karta. And same time, different type of experience we are experienced in our mind. If some good situation is pop up in front of us, we are happy. So our mind thinks, now I am happy. Same time, sometimes unpleasant things happens in our life, we become sad. That sad also we say, I am sad. It's called, we think I am a subject of sadness. I am a subject of happiness. It's called yah enam atmanam hatam irhatam, because sukham manyate, dukhim manyate. This all thinking na vijanita. Both thinking are wrong, because atma is akarta, at the same time atma is abhokta. You know, there is a one, if karta understand, no, there is a one word. Let me clarify more. There is a one word, is a karta. Translation of doer. Both are one and same. And being doer, if we are doing many activities, suppose eating, so we are a agent of eating, sleeping, many. Doing job, eating, walking. These are simple. But if we are slapping one person, if I telling a lie, all are also, we are a karta of our action. So sometimes we are telling lie. Sometimes we are helping to another person, telling a lie. We are helping to another person. All such activities, if we are identify ourselves as an agent of each and every action, then same thing will give a result. Suppose we are telling lie, so it will give a karma phalam. You know, karta always get karma phalam. Karma phalam means result of our own action. If we are helping someone, then karma phalam with punyam. We will get happiness, something in some kind, we don't know, but helping always give happiness. If we are hurting someone, so that will create a papa, it will create some unpleasant situation. So in our life, two things mainly happen, some unpleasant situation and some happiness. All we are feeling in our mind. And when we are feeling in our mind and we think, now I'm very happy, now I'm very sad, this is, the meaning is, we are an object of our own action. The meaning of this, now we are an object of, we are getting a karma phala, means we are experiencing everything in our mind. So we are object of our own actions result. It's called karma phala. And we are object of our all actions, then we consider as a bhokta. The meaning of bhokta is not eater. Really speaking, the meaning of bhokta is what we are experiencing in our mind each and every second. It's called bhokta. It's called karta and bhokta. And you might have heard the name of adrushtam papa punya. Pujya Swamiji used to explain, whatever good karma we do, so we will get two type of result. One is drashtaha, another is adrushtaha. Suppose some good karma means good action we have done, we will get two type of result. One is immediate. In Sanskritam is called drushtaha. And another we will get, we don't know at what time, but it's called adrushtaha. Adrushtam. This immediate, if we do helps to someone, it always gives satisfaction, some happiness. So it's drushtapalam, immediate result, happiness. And this, if you are helping someone, adrushtam creates a punya. In Shastra, they give the name punya. To help someone in our account, it accrues like a punya. Same way, if you are doing something wrong to another person, we are not helping, but we are doing something wrong. So this drushtam give unhappiness. At that time also, we are not happy to hurt someone. At the same time, wrong karma accrues in our account as a papa karma. And Shastra says, when punya fructifies, a punya fructifies means it starts to give result. We are happy. And when papa fructifies, it starts to give a result in our life. Unpleasant situation comes. And continuously, sometimes we are happy, continuously, sometimes we are unhappy. And according to Puja Swamiji, most of dukha, and sometimes sukha, again dukha continues. And people think, I have done this much, that's why I am getting this. This is I have done, and this is I am getting. What I have done is called karta, and that I am getting, it's called bhokta. So our whole life is between karta and bhokta. Continuously, whenever we are waking, we are karta, and we are waking, we are also bhokta. Something we are always experiencing in our mind. This is our life. And why we are thinking, I have done, because I was identify ourselves with our body, mind, sense complex. It's called karta. And same time, we are bhokta. We are always experiencing something good, bad, irsha, krodha in our mind is also, we are bhokta. Now what Krishna says in this, I think this is clear, no? Karta bhokta is clear. Hope is clear. So now what Krishna says, he has taken one action of killing. And at the same times, there is another is being killed. We always say, we are a killer of cockroach, in our, we are a killer of ants sometimes. Once I went to meet one person, she was sitting and she is talking with us, and there is a table between us, and there is one mosquito set on the top of this table. Immediately, she has given one slap, and that mosquito gone. So she is a killer of what? One mosquito. Same way, and what mosquito should be feeling at that time? I am being killed by this lady. So always in our mind, two processes going on. I have done something and somebody is doing to me. When we say I am doing something, it's called karta. And whatever we are experiencing in our mind, somebody has done to me, because of my old karma, I am experiencing this, is considered as a bhokta. So when we say killing, it's called hanta. It will come in hanta, means action of killing. Hanta. And hatam is object of killing. Myself. And when we know this bulb story, this bulb example, if we know what is the mechanism about body, gross body, subtle body, and if we know we are not even body, we are not even mind, we are only, because of us, this body is light up, is look conscious, but I am not body mind. That person, he never considers himself as a karta, because whatever action is doing by body only, body and mind. But a person who knows I am not body and mind, so is always thinks himself, body is doing, I am a karta. Same way, what is experiencing in our mind, sukha, dukha, whatever feeling we are experiencing in our mind, in mind, we say, mind is thinking, but I am a bhokta. So, both nahanti is for karta, nahanyate is for bhokta. So, that's why now we will see the verse actually. Bhagavan says, Yaha enam means atmanam hantaram veti. One who knows this atma is a killer. Hantaram means a killer. One who thinks I am a killer. And another thinking is what? Yaha manyate atmanam hatam. One who thinks this atma is being killed. When you know, so don't kill me. Then we think our object. So Bhagavan says, both thinking, I am doing something, and another thinking, somebody has done to me. Both thinking are ubau tau. Tau ubau na vijanitah. They both means one who thinks Atma is a action, karta, doer, and same way one who thinks somebody has done to me. Both thinking is called tau ubo na vijanitah. They don't know what they don't know. Ayam nahanti nahanyate. But still I have quoted in Taittiriya Upanishada, there is a two mantra is there. Kim aham papa akarvam. The meaning of this, why should I have done this? It's called committed, wrong. And kim aham sadhum nakarvam. The meaning is, why I didn't do. Why should I do this and why should I don't do? This is Puja Swamiji's always they are talking, commission and omission. Our dilemma in our mind is, I should not do this, why should I do this? These all are called commission and omission. We are keep on thinking in our mind, but really speaking, neither we are doing anything, at the same time, we are not object of anybody's action. So it says, Nayam hanti na hanyate. Bhagavan says, Ayam Atma. Bhagavan says, Ayam na hanti na hanyate. The meaning is, this self is never killed. Na hanti. He doesn't kill to anyone. It's not subject, karta, and na hanyate. It never been killed. I always used to say, we are living with two things, insult and guilt. Insult means we say, somebody has insulted me, and sometimes we feel guilty. I should do this, but still I didn't do. So this insult feeling, this guilty feeling, why we are thinking in your mind? Because we always think aham karta, aham bhokta. But when person knows, really speaking, I am not a doer, I am not even at the same time the object of any action. It's called abhokta. Then you know this our na punyam na papam. Why we are in Nirvan Shatak, if you remember, Shivoham, in there, na punyam na papam na saukhyam na dukkham. That we are saying because the papam and punyam is always one who thinks I am this body. Punyam also, a person thinks I am doing something good. But really, a jnani, a person who has a self-knowledge, he has no punyam, he has no papam. They say even punyam is also one type of, it says two type of gel. Punyam also gel is a golden gel. Papa is one type of gel, is a It's like a iron. But this punya also tied. We are bound with punya, then it gives another birth. Same way that Papa, definitely we will birth. So one who thinks all are doing by this body, mind, sense complex, I am away, I am only witness of all kriya, it's called free from all things. If you have heard, I am not mentioned, but right now, do you know the Panchadashi? There is one book, it's called Panchadashi. The meaning of Panchadashi means 15 chapter. Panchadashi is written by Vidyaranya in some Karnataka, I don't know, but Panchadashi. And there are five chapters. In 7th chapter is called Natakadeepa Prakranam. Natakadeepa Prakaranam means a chapter. So Natakadeep. And what is discussing inside, this Natakadeepa Prakaranam? Nowadays, we have all type of lightings inside the hall. But in previous time, in ancient time, there is no lighting. So there is only Deepam, light. Deep means only that Deepam was there. So it's considered there is one hall. In hall, one person has come and they have lighted many lamps. In their lamp, what is the beauty of lamps? It says, when lamp was shining, they are lighting, then first all people who are participant in drama, they have come. But what is the job of light, Deepam? They are lighting nothing. They are not involving with that participant. Then dancer who is going to perform Bharatnatyam in front of public, that lady has come. But what is the job of that lamp? Nothing. He's also lighted that lady. Then slowly, people have started. People have started to come to watch, to observe the show. What is the job of that lamp? They also lighted whole lamp, whole. But there is no job of that lamp unless only lighting. After some time, the show has started. And in show, that lady has started Bharatnatyam. They started dancing. What is the job of lamp? Nothing. That lamp also lighted that dancing. And people start clapping. What is the job of lamp? Same, to lighted clapping. After 1 hour, 2 hours, show is over. People go back to their home. What is the job of lamp? Nothing. The people have gone slowly. The participants, all tabla, that guitar, all that people also started to go back. What is the job of lamp? Nothing. Even that lady, Bharatnatyam dancer, she also gone back. What is the job of lamp? Nothing. Same way, we are also, our real Swarupa is also Deepam, who is sitting inside heart. And what is the job of that consciousness as a Deepam? We get up, consciousness is there. We are doing different action, consciousness is there. We are eating, sleeping, doing many things. Consciousness is there. We are going to sleep, consciousness is there. Even in sleeping also, consciousness is there. We get up, again consciousness there. What is the job of consciousness? To keep this body, mind alive. There is no job. This is our real. So if we think like that, then we are akarta abhukta. And this is our real Swarupa. That's why Krishna says, I am Atma Nahanti. We are not doing any action. And same way, we are not object of any action. Somebody cannot. If somebody says that person has done something to me, it's next impossible. Without our permission, nothing can go inside. Everything is happening in mind only. When we identify with thoughts, then only we say, I'm Sukhi Dukhi. That's why always I used to say, thoughts are there. I am happy, unhappy, I am angry, I am jealous. But when I say jealousy, I am very jealous, then we are identify ourselves with that jealousy. When we say I am angry, the meaning is we have identified ourselves with that anger. But let it be all thoughts, let it be go. But what is our job? If we think they are all are going, I'm just witness, then it's called akarta abhokta. Doing also, experiencing also, and really speaking, this is own nature. So if Arjuna is doing his job as a Arjuna is not body mindset. There is a body's name is given Arjuna, but there is still is a consciousness is sitting inside the Arjuna's body. And because of that consciousness, that Arjuna's body is in war. He will again fight, there is a war. But if Arjuna throw arrow in somebody else, the consciousness is not throwing arrow. Arrow is throwing by that body of Arjuna only, not consciousness. And if Arjuna thinks the body is throwing the arrow, not me, then na hanta. Same way, if he thinks nobody can disturb me, then we are abhokta. So, really speaking, our real nature is we are a karta, and same time we are abhokta. That's why Bhagavan says now, ayam na hanti na hanyate. Really speaking, this Atma available in us, everyone as a I. Somebody says, I never know who is Atma. But really speaking, who is Atma? Without anything, one is always is throbbing inside. I. It's called aham. It's called Atma. This is our real Swarupa, and that Atma is never do any action, na hanti. Same time is not object of anybody's action, because it's all pervading. I used to say, if space thinks, our ashram is in Kuchri. It's a small village. That Kuchri space thinks, now I am bored. I should go and stay in America. So can Kuchri or Porbandar space can go and live in America? No. Why? Because the space is everywhere. It cannot go any side. Even same space which are in Porbandar, same space which are in US. Same way, we are all pervading. And being all pervading, need not to do. To go to US, we need some kriya, no action. Same way, being all pervading, our real nature, we need not to do any action. Agnanam make us, I am karta and bhokta. But really speaking, we are not karta, we are not bhokta. That fifth, our real nature, Bhagavan has explained to Arjuna, we are not karta, we are not bhokta. We are not doer. At the same time, we are not reap any action, a result of our action, because everything is getting in our mind and body. We are nothing. This thinking, this is my own thinking. It's not given by Pujya Swamiji only. I always think we need not even self-knowledge. If we don't have, no problem. But if we start thinking, take it and make it like this. Okay, whatever given in Shastra is true. If Shastra says you are not body, accept. If Shastra says you are not mind, you are not subtle body, true, I accept. Then whatever pinching thought which we don't like comes in our mind, we can think, this is subtle mind's thinking, I am not this subtle mind. If we start to create a space between that thought and us, then there is no problem. Without even self-knowledge, we can be happy living wherever we are. That's why Pujya Swamiji used to give this example of actor. He used to say, if some actor is doing acting inside some movie, but at that time, that actor knows I am doing this movie, I am doing this beggar, something he used to say. Here Amitabh Bachchan is well famous. Whether you have know the name of it, but Amitabh Bachchan is well famous. In one movie, he has played a role of beggar. He is crying, but still, whatever he is doing, he is crying, he is a beggar, but Amitabh Bachchan knows, I am not beggar, I am Amitabh Bachchan. Then he has no problem, because there is a no physical distance in beggar and Amitabh Bachchan, but still there is a distance of understanding, of knowledge. I am playing a role of beggar, I am not beggar. Same way, if we can create a little bit distance, this mind is thinking, I am not mind. It says we are creating a distance. If we can do, then we can live in this society, in our life, happily, because there is a space between me and my thought. If we can create, then without self-knowledge also we can be happy. And even if sometime I have found people knows Mandukya Upanishad, people knows all Gita, they have by heart, but still they are taking a tablet about depression. They are taking tablets of many kinds. Why? This is not only to teach anyone, but this is the life of us. If we live like life, then there is no problem. But this is not mere words. Even I would like to share one thing. They say Gita is only theory. What about practical? We have to practical life, like in science. People say there is a theory, then we have to go in laboratory, and then we have to do some experiment. The same thing they say, Gita is theory, and what about practical? I used to say each and every moment in our life is practical only. How we live is practical. If we can live pleasantly in each and every situation, then our practical, whatever doing our practical is correct. And still, if we are depressed, we are disturbed by other situation, means we are not doing practical very well. Because theory and practical is not separate in life. Theory and practical always together. One who knows everything, life is akarta, abhokta, let it come anything in our life, but I am abhokta, then we are doing practical. We are creating a space between me and that situation. Then I can see the situation, I can plan the situation, but I cannot disturb. If you are not disturbed, then practical is good. It's called akarta abhokta. We can go more and on this one topic only, akarta abhokta. It is very nice topic. But anybody would like to anything?
So Swamini, just this is Sudhakar. Very quickly, the first statement you made, Atma is Nityaga, that eternal. That does not mean it's a long. Atma is in existence for a long time. It actually means it's beyond time. Time is in Atma.
That's why I have written also. It is not bound by time.
Right. And then this Akarta.
When it is not bound by time, then there is no birth.
Okay.
Because we always birth is connected to time, and there is no birth, then there is no death also.
Right. And with regard to Akarta Abhokta, it really means there is no Kartrutvam or Bhoktrutvam. Only the person who has Kartrutvam suffers from all this misery.
So one who thinks I am doing is they have Kartrutva Bhavana in Sanskrit. But who thinks is called Kartrutva in Sanskrit. But one thinks I am doing is Kartrutva. That person is Karta. The thinking is Kartrutva. Any question regarding this?
Swaminiji.
Yeah.
Swaminiji.
Yes. Shalini.
Yes, whatever you said was very, very clear and it was beautiful. But when we lead our day-to-day life,
Hmm.
like say when we are doing our duty, whatever, how is it possible for us to always remember that I'm not the doer? I mean, yes, when there is a difficult situation, then I can go backwards and say, yes, I'm not the doer. This is my mind which is experiencing the pain. Or, but in every situation, how can I practically remember?
I
How
can
can
I can give an example. Just now you have come back from India, no?
yes.
So when you go to airport, because I think we have to checking prior to 3 hours, no? We have to go to airport, international when checking is there. Then we enter in airport and you are doing eating, talking, whatever you are checking your all messages, but still your mind is there. Is any what is the announcement? Okay, we should go for inside this. What's they say? It's start.
Boarding.
Boarding is start.
Uh-huh.
But your mind is always one corner. Your mind is ready to listen this. The meaning is there. In spite of doing every activity inside the airport, after check-in, your mind is ready to listen. One boarding is started. Boarding has started. Same way, we can prepare our mind like that. Anything, we are doing any action, but our one corner in mind, everything is there, but I am not doing anything. We can do, but this is some preparation, you know. And
Yeah.
if we keep on thinking, then we can do. Nothing is impossible.
No, I'm just laughing because it's so funny. You pick the example of airport and boarding, but actually, when we went this time, we missed our flight. So,
You were late. You did yes. Boarding.
we were sleeping.
Oh, wow. Then what happened?
No, we were like, we were in London Heathrow Airport, and they don't announce the gate until last half hour. And it was midnight. We were very tired and we were sleeping. And then I woke up last minute and it was boarding. And then, so I remembered that. And my son was somewhere else. So by the time I searched him and all, it's okay. No, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, if you have boarding pass, no, plane cannot take off. It's like that.
Yes. Yes, I understand.
So same way.
We have to practice. We have to practice every,
Every day,
either.
every day when you get up in the morning, you just give some suggestion.
Okay.
Today, if you keep on give suggestion for 1 month, 2 months, every day, then slowly your mind will pick up. It is not one day job. This is a long process. You know.
Swamiji, once one understands what is the reason to sustain the body,
One
like Swamiji, he understood this. What is the reason for him to sustain his body and to eat and to...
for Loka Kalyanartham, to help another person. That's why they are sustaining body. If Puja Swamiji is there, even Swamiji, whatever, there are many, if they have Atma Jnana, but still they are sustaining their body, not for her or himself, but they are sustaining body to make people know that we can live such a life with self-knowledge. They have no self, they are not a self-purpose to live and to gain something, but still they are living to make an example in society. Okay, with Atma knowledge, with this Atma Gnanam, you can enjoy life more. Need not to run away in cave. But if you have self-knowledge, you can enjoy the life inside all things going on. Even Puja Swamiji, once I asked Puja Swamiji personally, when he says he was very sick, no, last to 1.5 years. Then he says, why I'm leaving, he says. Then he himself gives the answer. I'm leaving not for myself, but I am leaving for another people. They can understand inside so much pain, still I have no pain, he says. This, to set one example, help the another. Because Swamiji's one lecture can also enlighten someone. One is ready. That's why they are sustaining their body for society, to help another person. Even in Viveka Chudamani, they have explained, Atmagyani they need more compassion, because for him or herself, everything is fine. But still, student comes, then they complain, I have too much problem. They say, oh, very much problem. At that time also, he or she knows there is no problem. But they identify themselves with that problem and they give some suggestion. This is for, that's why they are sustaining their life, to help. Loka Kalyanartham, it says.
What is that again, Loka?
Loka means for people. Kalyanartham, to bless the people.
To bless the people.
To give them self-knowledge. They are living, they are sustaining them. And one thing I would like to share with you, because what we are taking, no, these classes is little bit, nowadays people have started to take Zoom class and everything, but still in Gujarat, there are very few people who are taking such classes like we are talking, no? It's very few. There is a one reporter, news reporter. Once he came to ashram, he asked, what is online classes? I don't understand. Then I explained him, this way I am taking classes. Then he asked me, can you come and see this class? So I can write also. In still sitting inside one corner, you can go all over the world to explain Gita. Can I come? Then I say yes. So tomorrow that news reporter is coming tomorrow.
Excellent, Swaminiji. Which paper?
He say he will write in one Gujarati news.
Okay.
There is one magazine. It's called Chitralekha. I think it's available everywhere. But he says I will come and I will write one something in that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So please be there tomorrow. Very important. Yeah. Anything you want to ask?
Tomorrow's Gita class in Gurukulam. If Swaminiji says, I won't go and I'll attend this class.
Because I have asked to come at, before we are completing our class at 9:15, I will ask him, you please come at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll attend this.
And one thing also I would like to share everybody with you. Her name is Sajani, you know, one who is sitting here. Sajani J. Raman. That Sajani Raman, she has donated in our ashram whole 4 kutiyas. In one building was 4 kutiya. She has given donation. This Dr. Sajani Raman. And she has also given, her mother has come here in Porbandar and she has given one more kutiya, no? The total 5 kutiyas donation has been given by Sajani.
But by my mother. Money is from my parents.
But yeah, nimitta matra bhava savyasachini, like. So I'm very thankful to it. There is a one person also, he is not frequently. He's a Shivani, you know, you might have heard. Shivani. She was with, her husband has also donated. He says, I would like to donate something. So today, so I think, let me share with you all people.
Very nice.
So be there on tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we do Purnamada now?
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.